actually couldn't think of anything worse. Did you not feel sick after just even 2 days?
I mean, it's one of those weird things that you kind of, the thought of it, for me, sounded great. When they said 3 weeks of junk food, I'm like, yes. The problem is, and I've said this to people, is that people only ever get a takeaway when they crave a takeaway. They don't get a takeaway when they're having to force themselves to eat it. So, and they sort of slightly didn't say the full truth there. It wasn't 60% more. I had to double my calorie intake, so I was eating 4,300 calories a day, which I've never done in my life.
Wow.
And I did that for 3 weeks, so it was over 100% of what I was doing. And I kept the training up. They allowed me to do that. They said, keep your training. But the weird thing is, of course, you don't have as much energy, so you're not training as hard.
But you like junk food, so it's not like it was something that you were forced to eat. You know, it's something that you enjoy. Did that change? Did it get to the point where you're thinking, I can't face another hamburger, please, no more chips? Or...
Yeah, until last night. But the point is...
I was going to say, you're quite relaxed about your eating. Ever since I've known you, you've always been a bit like, oh, a little bit of that won't hurt. I think once you told me that you sunbathed in, like, Coca-Cola...
Yeah, I know, but that was silly. And when I was younger, I did stupid things that I didn't think.
But like those things that you just don't...
Yeah.
You're not a health... So to start with, you weren't a health-conscious, you know, everything's got to be immaculate in my diet anyway. So was that... Did that make it a bit easier?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I wanted to prove a point, and I kind of did and I didn't. By doing this, I wanted to show that if you keep active, there is the old saying, you can't out-train a bad diet, and there is some truth to that. Yeah. Because... you can't undo what it's doing to your inside. But on the outside, I didn't put any weight on at all.
Wow.
But I did put weight on the inside. Now, that sounds a bit strange, but when you watch the documentary, you'll see. The weirdest thing was that when it was pizza week, I loved it. That was the weird thing. I didn't like burger week. I didn't like fried chicken week. You know, forcing yourself to eat fried chicken cold, you're not hungry, you've got to double your calories. It was really hard. But pizza week came, and I had a moment of sadness when it was going to end, and I didn't like that feeling, because I knew then that there must be some sort of addiction, because something happens to your brain.
Well, yeah, because apparently your brain chart showed that when you saw pizza, it went off the scale, but the salad, your brain just went...
Yes, I did start eating healthy, because I needed to.
Yeah.
But I wasn't that excited.
So we know already that junk food is bad for us. So what have you taken from this programme? What have you learned?
Probably what I thought from the beginning, which is being active is a very, very important key for me, for a healthy lifestyle, because you end up making slightly better choices. You're still going to have your odd takeaway, and there's nothing wrong with that. And we try and promote even children not to have as much sugar and doing sugar swaps. It doesn't mean don't let children have any sugar.
Sure.
But it's just about you keep them active, and it sort of starts to trigger the right feeling of you feel good.
I remember Davina McCall when she was on this show. She said, the thing about when you get healthy, she said you do still have treats, but she said when you remember how hard it is to work off that, you know, chocolate bar, it makes you think twice about eating it.
Yeah, and she's got a point, although for me, I've always loved chocolate and things like that, and I love at night, late at night, I love treating. I have a treat every night, because I think that you know, every day is... it's got its moments.
If you deprive yourself of something, it does almost create a craving, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But your wife, lovely Emily, she had she had to put up with the side effects.
I know.
Which were smelly bedrooms. There's lots... What are the side effects?
Is it like the oil and the fat? Was it the grease and stuff?
See, now when you're saying that, I'm starting to rethink.
Can I just, while we're conjuring up this image of oil and fat, can I actually bring on some of our crew? We've got a plate here. I think Katie's got it. We've got a tray of this is how much fat you consumed.
Me?
Yeah. In the 3 weeks.
Oh, that's how much she ate.
That's
how much lard is that?
That's 4,700 grams of lard.
Now, how much would somebody eat normally, though? Because I'm not sure how
you don't need that much, babes.
It's a lot harder than you think. I think people think of 3 weeks and they think, oh, mate, you know, anyone can eat junk food for 3 weeks. I've had people tweet me and say, that's my life every day. Yes, until you force feed yourself. Then it becomes a problem. And I think what they're trying to say is the link. I mean, that kind of amount of food I would never eat fat normally in 3 weeks. But some people do. But then imagine those people that do eat that,
for longer,
doubling it for 3 weeks, and then continually
exercising.
doing that and not exercising.
For
It's
me,
like
I
a
think what the
recipe for
takeaway is
disaster.
for the program is that you carried on exercising. Yeah, you felt a bit grubby, but you know it was kind of okay. Was actually that you can't always tell what it's doing to you from the outside, and people mistakenly think that if you've stayed, you're slim and in shape and everything else, that's not going to do any
Is that
harm.
the term skinny fit, skinny fat?
Yeah,
Is that where that
sort
term
of thing?
comes
It's
from?
still
So-
wrapping around your organs, and it's still difficult to digest.
But it led to you snoring, though. I wanted to find out about the side effects.
I mean, I don't remember snoring.
No, but apparently snoring, wind...
Smelling.
Did you
bit
feel more
smelly.
lethargic?
That's the effect,
No. Well, the snoring was, I know, because Emily said, I never hear you snore. And she said, literally, it was the hardest time.
Oh.
I even had to go to another room to eat because the smell of the fast food, after a while in the house,
Yeah.
I never noticed it
That's
before.
the same thing every day. I think that's the difference, is that I can probably do a week of being really unhealthy. Doesn't happen often because I do try and make a conscious effort, but I could have a week of eating really unhealthily and not even realising because it's different food every day, whereas you had the same food every single
But
day.
again, try doubling, try force feeding, because everybody, even with the obesity crisis, we talk about people that overeat, but they're eating what they crave.
Yeah.
It's very different to force feed yourself when you're not hungry, and that's what I found.
So, Peter, we
incredibly
can't let you go
difficult.
without... The junk food experiment, by the way, is on Wednesday at ITV at 9 p.m. But you are going to be going on tour, celebrating 25 years. I can't believe it. 25 years.
And I'll be 46 on Wednesday. Can you believe it?
Happy birthday!